Hello and thank you for joining us on Nationwide, reaching you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Lami Ali. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live or any of our social media handles displayed on the screen. We begin with security. President Muhammadu Buhari says the topmost priority accorded the welfare and well-being of police officers by his administration is a deliberate attempt at enhancing the nation's internal security for effective management of the country. The president stated this while granting audience to the acting chairman and commissioners of the Police Service Commission. State House correspondent Adam Sambu brings us the details. That report is still being worked on, so we go to our next report. 3 years after its creation, the Ministry of Police Affairs has come up with legacy initiatives that will motivate the police in aggressively tackling internal security challenges. Minister of Police Affairs Muhammad Megari Dingyadi recalled that the just-approved police assurance scheme yearly recruitment of 10,000 police personnel, upward review of salaries and housing estates for AIGs and above are among outstanding steps taken by the Buhari-led government to encourage the police. Francis Form reports that the minister gave the endless list of achievements as the PMB scorecard series in Abuja. We are going to take commercial breaks at this moment. The news continues thereafter. Do stay tuned.
The people they shout. We our country people they talk with one voice. Them say that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu them want as president of Nigeria for this president election.
Asiwaju Bola Tinubu na the man wey we all know and see all the good work in they do for the country, especially when in the governor of Lagos State.
Now when God used turn Lagos to the best state for Nigeria.
Today, many people all over Nigeria they like to go Lagos, go settle down for business and better life.
Because of the good work when Bola Tinubu do.
People of Nigeria, as Asiwaju do for Lagos, now so him ready to do am for the whole country.
Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party wey get broom. We want
Weekend File, your Saturday delight, going to places from the obscure to the hinterland and cities, bringing you development stories and perspectives, connecting the people with government and stakeholders on critical issues of our national life.
We are live in Abuja.
It's 9 p.m. every Saturday on the network service of the NTA. Weekend File, you can't afford to miss it.
They swore an oath to serve our fatherland and defend the people. They traded their freedom, comfortable homes and mortgaged their lives on the battleground for our unity and peaceful living. These are the great, fearless, loyal and committed Nigerian armed forces who risked their lives courageously to safeguard our borders. But in the line of duty, many never returned. Nigerians, arise, let's celebrate our fallen heroes. Put on the remembrance emblem with pride to support the incapacitated and families of our fallen heroes.
The occasion gives cause for reflection and reminds us of the sacrifice made by our armed forces in preserving the unity of the country.
All ministries, parastatals, religious and corporate bodies to donate generously to the emblem appeal launch. Send your donations to this account. Account name, Emblem Appeal Lounge. Account number 393-200-7526. EcoBank Nigeria PLC.
As we close a successful year 2022 and prepare for the start of a better year 2023, the Nigeria Television Authority, NTA, wishes to appreciate and share the love with all who gave us a year to remember for good. The three arms of government, ministries, departments and agencies, corporate bodies and advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups and political parties. Most importantly, you, our esteemed viewer, we say thank you. Together, we made 2022 great. Let's make 2023 greater. Once again, we say thank you, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at the NTA. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Welcome back. Reports reaching us indicate that vehicles plying the second Niger Bridge heading into the southeast from Asaba are having a smooth ride, while there is a build-up of traffic congestion at the foot of the first Niger Bridge caused by motorists jostling to access the old bridge. Traffic congestion at the Onitsha and Asaba ends of the first Niger Bridge is a usual occurrence during the Yuletide. Thus, the opening of the second Niger Bridge is expected to ease movement and give travelers easy passage across the Niger. Details of this report will come to you later. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission says it is not reneging on the decision to use the bimodal voter registration system for seamless conduct of the 2023 general elections. The Cross River State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Professor Gabriel Oyomere, who said this during an interagency committee on security meeting, believes the modern technology is crucial to achieving a credible and transparent poll. Justina Etim reports.
2 months to the conduct of the anticipated 2023 general elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission has continued to map out modalities to ensure a peaceful, transparent and credible polls, and this meeting with security agencies is one of such.
The Commission has cleared polling 1,000 voters.
Worried about the low turnout of registered voters for the collection of permanent voter cards, the Resident Electoral Commissioner says the electoral umpire is engaging religious and traditional leaders to facilitate sensitization and collection.
We've also ordered our inputs rather than staying in the office at the local council and waiting for people to come and collect the PVC.
The Independent National Electoral Commission advises political parties and supporters to avoid hate speech, bitterness and rancor while politicking. In Calabar, Justina Itam, NTA News.
We head to the National Assembly now, where the National Information Technology Agency Establishment Act has been updated to reposition Nigeria's information technology sector and expand the digital economy. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
On Wednesday, the 14th of December 2022, Senate considered and passed the National Information Technology Development Agency Act Repeal and Reenactment Bill for second reading. 1 week after, the National Assembly Joint Committee on Information and Communication Technology and Cybersecurity has commenced public hearing on the bill.
We are constantly challenged to be creative and ingenious to be partakers in the development as against sheer consumers of innovations. Other than this is the earnings that can come from the culture of innovation and also in the spirit of the much needed diversification of the Nigerian economy.
And the need to implement the National Digital Economy Plan and strategy recently launched by President Muhammadu Buhari. The context for the establishment of NIDA has duly advanced.
Shortly after the opening remarks, some members of the House of Representatives moved that the session be suspended because of absence of some key persons and relevant documents.
I will want to suggest, and strongly too, for the absence of the document we're going to consider, so that by the time we finish, the world will know we've done our work. I want to suggest that mid-January, we'll take a clear-cut 2 days and get it out.
The bill, when passed, is expected to sanitize Nigeria's internet space and enhance the expansion of its digital economy. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Youth advocacy organizations in Kogi State are on a mission to sensitize the public on the need to collect their permanent voters' cards ahead of next year's general elections. This is coming after INEC announced low collection of PVCs already printed, piled up and awaiting collection from INEC offices across the country. Abdul Salam Muhammad brings us the story.
These youths are from different organizations, but under the aegis of Lugard Youth Development and Empowerment. Their aim is to brainstorm and map out strategies for a free, fair, and credible election in 2023. They are also on a mission to ensure that registered voters, especially the youth populace, collect their permanent voters card. Coordinator of the group, Okutepa Amin Hussein, said they are set to work hand in hand with INEC to ensure the statistic of PVC collection this year is higher than the last election year.
In January, we'll be mobilizing young people to go get their permanent voters card, and we'll also be having conversation to develop a community charter of demand to identify the priority of youth need for candidates who are aspiring, so that at the end of the day, they should understand that this is what the young people are saying across the 21 local government.
INEC's representative Adama Shuaibu revealed that INEC has printed all PVCs for collection and commended the youth for coming out in large number for the laudable exercise. The meeting later adjourned to a technical session expected to come up with resolutions on the way forward. Abdisalam Muhammad, NTA News.
Now, federal civil service clubs located across the country are to be renovated or built where necessary, while civil servants are to seek activities that will promote peace, unity and tolerance for a better Nigeria. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folasha Adeyemi, said this as the inauguration of a newly built federal civil service club in Iola, Adamawa State. Haman Jabani brings us the reports.
The federal civil service clubs aim at rewarding civil servants who work very hard towards ensuring the growth and development of the nation, need good facilities as well as a conducive environment to relax and network, while giving civil servants a sense of pride and comradeship.
The place has a lot to offer. There is a restaurant, we have been promised that games and other things will be brought here. So I believe civil servants now will have a place that they will come and relax after he had this job.
I was here before, the place was so welcoming at all, and now it's very welcoming.
It's part of welfare. After office hours, all civil servants will be here and socialize and interact.
The whole federation, there is no state that has a befitting structure like ours, and kudos to head of service.
The head of the Civil Service of the Federation said the federal civil service clubs located in various parts of the country are being renovated due to the importance the federal government and the office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation attaches to the welfare of civil servants.
If we're able to maintain this standard, we'll be able to attract a lot of good things. That's why I also said that don't let this place become a place where we will not be proud of. It's absolutely impossible.
Permanent Secretary, Welfare Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation said the rebuilding of the clubs marks the reawakening of supervisory role of the Office of the Head of the Civil Service, and the Federal Civil Service clubs nationwide now have a budget, while calling for innovation and steps to take ownership of the project, maintaining as well as sustaining it. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation interacted with federal civil servants in the state, where issues bordering on delayed death benefit of deceased civil servants, review of pension fund administrators for easy accessibility, salary increment, promotion areas, affordable housing for civil servants, among other issues were discussed. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps Kogi State Command has intensified campaigns towards reducing crashes and gridlocks at flashpoints along major routes in Kogi State during the Yuletide. This was revealed at the Corps' end-of-year special intervention sensitization campaign for gridlock and crash-prone locations held at Zariagi, Lokoja. Solomon Aidein reports.
It is known for high vehicular movement, particularly at festive periods, and this is currently playing out. The situation has accounted for the increase in road crashes and gridlocks, especially on the popular Okene-Lokoja-Abuja highway. This also has prompted the Federal Road Safety Corps to embark on a special end-of-the-year intervention sensitization campaign for gridlock and crash-prone areas nationwide.
When they embark on a 4-hour journey, it is supposed to stop and for 30 minutes to ensure that the blood flows out, especially the lower limbs.
The State Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Stephen Dowlong, who described the campaign as one of the strategies of the Corps to remedy gridlocks and crashes, explained that 870 men will be deployed for operations throughout the festive period in Kogi State to carry out special patrols.
We have a camp in Kotonkarfe, one at Natako, the other one here in Zariagi, and the fourth one in Okene, because these are the likely places we are envisaging we will have traffic buildup.
Distribution of flyers with relevant information to motorists was key component of the program at Zariagi, Lokoja. Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
We join Adeola in Lagos for more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Deola.
Thank you, Lami, and compliments of a season. Lagos State government says it is committed to providing support and logistics to ensure that the outcome of the forthcoming national population and housing census is credible. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu stated this at a stakeholder summit on national population and housing census organized by the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations in Lagos. Musa Toliat reports.
This gathering of stakeholders underscores the need for planning and wide consultation to ensure that the desired objectives of the 2023 National Population and Housing Census are achieved.
We're collecting data that will be useful for all the sectors of the economy. I'd like to say that all residents of Lagos, please stay in Lagos and be counted.
With the introduction of technology to ensure data accuracy and put to rest any form of controversy, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu threw his weight behind the National Population Commission to actualize its mandate.
It is heartwarming to note that the planned 2023 population and house census slated for April next year will be a digital census, taking advantage of digital tools and technology. In addition to the technical committee that I set up last year, I have directed the setting up of 5 additional committees in line with the National Population Commission strategy and vision.
With the new technology coupled with diligence and cooperation of all stakeholders, we will do an awesome job that will widely be accepted by all.
The role of traditional institutions in mobilization and sensitization of residents was part of the discussion at the summit.
On our part as community builders, traditional rulers, royal fathers, we will continue to share the information as we have already begun last year.
For his commitment and support for the national assignment, Governor Sanwo-Olu was decorated as a patron of the 2023 National Population and Housing Census. The communique at the end of the Stakeholders Summit will go a long way to assist the National Population Commission in strategic planning for a seamless exercise come 2023. In Lagos, Musa.
Nigeria's rich cultural and traditional heritage was proudly on display at the Students' Week of the Nigerian Army College of Nursing, Lagos. Annie Daniels reports that the showcase is part of the students' resolve to promote unity and peace among Nigerians.
Giving honor to whom it is due, an important gesture in Nigeria's culture and tradition. They are all students of the Nigerian Army College of Nursing. They have come together to play after a long session by promoting the nation's diverse cultural heritage and traditions that may not be originally theirs.
It's a great privilege accorded me by my people to serve them duly. I'm happy.
You asked the man and you go in real life, you become the fourth or fifth wife. Do you agree?
It's an honor. It's my culture, so I will agree.
These are my wives. They are my leaders. Let me say, as the head, I need a shoulder, and I need a neck. They are my necks. Without them, I can't stand.
Various Nigerian delicacies were on display, and the acting corps commander, medical, Nigerian Army, Colonel Idris Babatunde Sholebo, could not resist the delicious meals.
We're now affiliated with the University of Lagos to run a Bachelor of Nursing Science degree. So the school has become highly competitive, and this year, because of the competitiveness, there are more students willing to express themselves.
So it helps them to relax their head, their brain, feel relaxed, then go and rest for the period of the Christmas break, then before you come back to start academic work.
It is expected that even after the event, these students and youth from different states of the Federation will continue to uphold positive norms and values in Nigeria's culture and tradition. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Do not forget that you can still follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other verified social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. Nationwide will continue with Lami in Abuja. Back to you, Lami.
Thank you so much, Deola. In line with his determination not to abandon any projects initiated by the Rivers State government under his watch, Governor Nyesom Wike has inaugurated the Rumoku flyover bridge. Ogedi Nyekwere reports that this is the 10th in the series of flyover bridges inaugurated by the governor.
It was another happy moment for the locals and residents around Rumokorusi and Elimbu Aziz, as well as other road users, as the incessant traffic congestion along Tank, Rumokorusi, Elimbu and Emeka Road will be a thing of the past. The 10th flyover bridge will not only ease traffic along those Aziz, it will save man-hour loss on the way to unnecessary traffic congestion and serve as an alternative route to easily access the Port Harcourt International Airport from Rumokurusi, Emeka and Elimbu area of the city. Governor Wike is pleased that he has been able to conceptualize projects and complete them in record time. He advised Nigerian politicians to discard politics of lies, which he said has added in drawing the country backward.
It's unprecedented in the history of Nigeria for you to see projects conceptualized and executed within 1 year. Projects of this nature that's capital intensive. By the grace of God, before the election next year, God will help us to commission the 11th and the 12th flyovers.
The locals demonstrated their joy through various traditional dance displays. The total length of the 10th flyover bridge is 820 meters long. In Port Harcourt, Ogedi Nyekwere, NTA News.
Now, in the spirit of the season, NTA Port Harcourt has held a carol to celebrate the gift of God to mankind through Christ. The event was also a thanksgiving to God for his mercies throughout the outgoing year. Nkiru Onyegesi reports.
Christmas is a season of goodwill and a time for stock-taking. It is also a major celebration that ushers in a new year which signifies a new beginning. The essence of carol service, therefore, is to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ through songs and reading of some scriptures.
Luke chapter 2, verse 11. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them.
There were special renditions by various choirs, including NTA Port Harcourt Network Center Choir. Regional Director, NTA Port Harcourt Network Center, Bosede Adebayo, noted that the celebration is to mark the season of goodwill and take stock of our individual selves and families.
Every year we open our gates wide to our viewers, to our friends and well-wishers to relive the story of Christmas. That is, a Savior is born to save the world. And we also try to make them, put them, as it were, in the mood of celebration.
Guests and staff of NTA Port Harcourt Network Center speak on the importance of the season.
In celebrating is not only eating and dancing and making merriment, but we should reflect on the teachings of our Lord Jesus Christ.
In Port Harcourt, Nkiru Onyegesi, NTA News.
The Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Ali Baba, is assuring Nigerians and residents in the country of their safety and security during and after the Yuletide. In a statement, the IGP ordered Assistant Inspectors General of Police in charge of zones and Commissioners of Police in charge of states, as well as heads of tactical, intelligence and operational units to ensure heavy deployments of officers in uniforms on highways, rail lines, waterways, airports, and as the various recreational centers within their jurisdictions. Officers whose jurisdiction include big cities with heavy traffic gridlocks have been tasked to deploy officers on motorbikes to monitor traffic and prevent traffic robberies. The IGP also ordered officers to engage in visibility policing by ensuring that those on routine duties are in uniform and their vehicles marked with the names of their divisions, commands and squadrons for proper identification by members of the public. Officers and men are to ensure strict compliance with standard operating procedure for their specific types of assignments, while respect for fundamental rights of all persons is sacrosanct. Meanwhile, IGP Al-Ali Baba felicitates with Christians as they celebrate Christmas while urging them to emulate the character of Christ. The IGP equally wished Nigerians a prosperous New Year 2023 in advance. Now to our earlier promoted story, where President Muhammad Buhari says the topmost priority accorded the welfare and well-being of police officers by his administration is a deliberate attempt at enhancing the nation's internal security for effective management of the country. The president stated this while granting audience to the acting chairman and commissioners of the Police Service Commission. State House correspondent Adam Sambu has the story.
The acting chairman and management of the Police Service Commission were in the State House to present the Commission's 2021 annual report as well as its 2023 budget proposal. This is to keep the President abreast of the progress, problems and challenges of the Commission. The Police Service Commission is a sole statutory body responsible for the appointment, promotion, dismissal, and exercise of disciplinary control over persons holding or aspiring to hold offices in the Nigeria Police Force. These functions, the acting chairman of the commission, Clara Ogumbi, says are being carried out conscientiously and in accordance with the rule of law which President Buhari upholds at all times. While appreciating the President for his magnanimous disposition to the Commission, Justice Ogumbui said police officers in Nigeria are now far better off in terms of their welfare, while the headquarters of the Commission has been completed and awaiting inauguration.
So, sir, we are so much grateful and we appreciate all the efforts you are making in enhancing and making available the welfare of the current police officers. You put smiles on their faces, and sir, we are also appreciating you for honoring the police officer who was very honest by giving him national honors, and we in turn we have also promoted him, and this will go a long way towards ensuring that other officers will follow suit.
Justice Ogumbui, however, said inadequate funding has continued to stare the Commission in the face.
It is our humble request that our budget should be made among the first line charge in budget allocation. This will go a long way to release the burden of paucity of funds, which has been a bottleneck on the effectiveness of the Commission.
President Muhammadu Buhari assured his guests that the reports will be carefully studied for appropriate action. The federal government, he promised, will continue to do its best within the limits of resources and the law towards protecting lives and property of Nigerians. And one of the most effective ways towards achieving this objective, the president said, is adequate care and support to officers and men of the Nigeria Police and other security services.
I think within the space of time and resources, I think we have done our best. History will decide whether our best is good enough.
This is the 5th time in the series the management of the Police Service Commission will be submitting similar reports to the President. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Now, 3 years after its creation, the Ministry of Police Affairs has come up with legacy initiatives that will motivate the police in aggressively tackling internal security challenges. Minister of Police Affairs Muhammad Megari Dingyadi recalled that the just approved police assurance scheme, yearly recruitment of 10,000 police personnel, upward review of salaries and housing estates for AIGs and above are among outstanding steps taken by the Buhari-led government to encourage the police. Francis Form reports that the minister gave the endless list of achievements as the PMB scorecard series in Abuja.
I welcome you all to the 15th edition of the PMB administration scorecard series.
This is the last ministerial scorecards for the year 2022. Featuring the Minister of Police Affairs. The audience expects a lot from the minister, and he did not disappoint them.
Our vision as a ministry is to reposition the Nigerian police force.
Protection of lives and property is the primary responsibility of government, and the police is at the center of this task. The minister is aware of this task, so he took out from that sport. The signing into law of the 2019 MPTF Establishment Act and the reenactment of the Nigeria Police Act 2020 by President Muhammadu Buhari are amongst the achievements by the federal government in providing legal framework which are currently aiding the ongoing reformation of the Nigeria Police Force. As part of efforts to deepen citizens' participation, the Ministry of Police Affairs supervised the implementation of community policing initiative. Through collaboration, this has led to the recruitment of special constabularies in states across the country. Intelligence-led policing paradigm shift has resulted in the deployment of operational intelligence, an ICT-based apparatus to tackle and stem the tide of crime and criminality in the country. The NPF Rescue Me application for emergency response at the click of a button. The Interpol Cybercrime Unit is also empowered to mitigate possible cyber attacks, especially in the arrest of ISWAP members. A state-of-the-art Nigeria Police National Command and Control Center was commissioned in the last quarter of 2019. Since then, the police has been upgrading and expanding the control unit. The ministry also secured the Federal Executive Council approval for the procurement of 30 additional operational vehicles. On maritime security, the Police Marine Unit is repositioned with the deployment of state-of-the-art gunboats. Another feat achieved is the establishment of West Africa Police Information System WAPIS to connect member countries for shared intelligence. The initiative is midwifed by the Ministry of Police Affairs, executed by ECOWAS in conjunction with the Interpol units of the Nigeria Police Force. It's been an eventful moment taking charge of the Police Affairs Ministry, but the minister promised greater strides ahead. Francis from NTA News.
Nana is in Sokoto to lead us with stories on that end. Hello Nana, it's over to you.
Hello everyone, welcome and thank you for joining us here in Sokoto. About 5,000 vulnerable individuals are beneficiaries of conditional cash transfer in Birnin Kebbi under the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. Correspondent Abdullahi Umaru Ilalu reports.
Yes, disaster management and social development, such as the trader money, market money, farmer money, the GIP, among others, all with the aim of eradicating poverty and uplifting the standard of living of the less privileged in the society. In Kebbi State, vulnerable groups from 6 local government areas across the 3 senatorial districts were selected.
The intervention will surely help me as a farmer. I used to cultivate only 1 hectare, but with this money, I will increase my farming activity. Honestly, we thank the government for the intervention. In fact, it will go a long way in improving our lives.
The conditional cash transfer of 5,000 naira monthly to 4,112 selected households will enhance the financial inclusion and access to better life of vulnerable individuals in the society.
Loans are meant to be refunded. The 10 people who gave them this money, they will come back and say, repay the money.
When the Honorable Minister did, she wanted to restructure and provide a platform for people to be able to access these loans.
In their goodwill messages, different speakers applauded the efforts of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, describing the program as timely and charged the beneficiaries to make good use of the support. From the inception of the program in 2019, 76,310 individuals have benefited from the program. Abdullah Umar Ilalu, NTA News.
Zamfara State Command of the Nigerian Correctional Service has inaugurated an 11-member parole board in line with the 2019 Act of the Service. Jamilu Ibrahim Gusau reports that the development is expected to increase compliance with provisions of the relevant criminal justice, thereby decongesting custodial centers across the state. The report.
The passage of the Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019 ushered in the non-custodial forms of punishment for offenders, as Section 40 of the Act imposed the Controller General of the Service to establish the parole board and appoint its members at national and state levels to administer the parole process. Zamfara State Controller of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Dr. Umar Galadima, inaugurated the 11-member parole board of the state, recently appointed by the Controller General of the Service.
Hereby inaugurate the parole committee for the benefit of the Nigerian Correctional Service.
From the categories of members available here, they are up to the task. They can do what we expected from them effectively.
Chairman of the newly inaugurated board, retired Justice Bello Abdullahi, thanked the Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service for finding them worthy of the appointment and pledged to make Zamfara State a model in the administration of the parole process in the country.
So we shall do all we could, and we shall exhibit all our professional competence and the capabilities to ensure that we succeed in this assignment.
Other members of the board were drawn from the police, State Ministry of Justice, that of Social Welfare and Community Development, Psychiatric Unit of the FMC Gusau, and the Psychology Department of the Federal University Gusau, among others. It is expected that the creation of the parole board will increase compliance with the relevant criminal justice laws, leading to the decongestion of the custodial centers in the state. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
Well, that's our package from Sokoto here. Nationwide continues after this commercial break with Felicia in Jos.
One better, our country one better, who go do one for us. For a better Nigeria, good life, now you we want to, now you we need oh.
Yes, so people of Nigeria, they jolly for the better one shell for the country, so ready to put Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the next president of Nigeria. Our people don't look the matter well, fair, only Bola Tinubu don't do what everybody can see. Now you get the experience, when you go fit use, take make our country better, make life sweet for we and our picking them. Bola Tinubu don't get a better plan to chase down one for we youth, better school, the security of lives and property, unity and peace for all the country people of Nigeria. But these and many other better things when in don't vocalize, it good make we all vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party where show groom. Now you know.
Why should we be in a difficult situation financially?
Once upon a time we were rich, but we're not a rich country anymore.
Disaster management is everybody's business.
In all these times, the organization turned to Nigeria.
We would as much want to harness the capacity that is within us so that we see how we can become self-reliant.
1 month ended, I said, we are increasing warning strike by 2 months. I mean, you are incubating madness.
Even if these are officials of government who have been told to go and enforce the law and they have gone against the law itself, they must be held accountable.
1-on-1, Friday, 10:30 p.m. on NTA Network.
The Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallen, has reiterated federal government's commitment to ensuring inclusiveness of the Nigeria woman and girl child in all spheres of the economy. The minister stated this at the Christian Faith Ministries wearing Alheri in Jos. Ndenyang and Deabagyang reports.
In line with the mandate of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs in upholding the rights of the girl child and women empowerment, the ministry is identifying with the Christian Faith Ministries wearing Alheri towards empowering widows and internally displaced women and girls. To this end, the minister donated industrial and sewing machines, hair dryer, deep freezer, and popcorn making machine, as well as food items to assist more than 500 widows and IDPs across religious divide.
Our mandate is to reach out to the vulnerable, the less privileged, and make women happy and more useful to their families.
I hope what you have done will improve livelihood.
The President, Christian Faith Ministries, Professor Ken Hodge, and his wife say the donation will go a long way to improving livelihoods and engender peaceful coexistence.
We have about 15 different vocations from tailoring, shoemaking, building, catering, hairdressing, many things. So whether they will be added to the vocational centre we have, because we have many women coming to that centre.
Some beneficiaries lauded the effort of the ministry in changing the narratives for women in the country. We are so grateful for this assistance. We thank the minister for always helping the widows and the less privileged. The donation is expected to assist the women during the festive period. In Jos, Ndenyan and Abuja, NTA News.
Of the 2023 general elections, Plateau State Independent National Electoral Commission has indicated its readiness to conduct a transparent and credible election. State Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Oliver Tesu Agundu gave this indication in Jos at a stakeholders meeting. Salau Abdurrahman Mohammed reports.
For any eligible voter to participate in the forthcoming general elections, he or she should be armed with a voter card.
Adopted in the delivery of another batch of PVC, totaling 362,465 PVC.
On the Plateau, Independent National Electoral Commission has expressed concern over non-collection of voter card by prospective voters. This development necessitated the stakeholders meeting, which was attended by key players from across the state.
As the main purpose of our meeting is to express our readiness to conduct a transparent, fair, and inclusive election and also seek collaboration for all of you so that we can achieve its goal. We are also here to cooperate all of you on our level of preparedness and holding events, especially at the level of PVC collection and other important activities of the Commission in relevant to 2023 general election.
The Commission asked the participants to educate their people at the grassroots on the need for full participation in the exercise. The stakeholders commended the Commission for the initiative, promising to make meaningful contribution towards the success of the general elections. In Jos, Salah Abdurrahman Mohammed, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Jos. Let's rejoin Lami in Abuja. Lami, it's back to you. Thank you, Felicia. Now, the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs commitment at promoting care and support for the aged and retirees in Nigeria has been reaffirmed, receiving accolades from non-governmental organizations for concerted efforts and programs towards the betterment of women and other vulnerable groups. The Minister, Pauline Talon, represented by the Director of Special Duties, promised that such commendation will spur the Minister for greater work.
The award given to her will encourage her more to do what she is doing. And I believe it's not only you, there could be some other organizations that are actually identified with her on what she is doing. And I'm sure they will also encourage her the same way to continue with what she has been doing.
Among the NGOs is Foundation for the Care, Support and Advocacy for the Aged, which seeks its synergy to give the nation's senior citizens improved welfare.
We sent out some investigators to go out to identify people who have done very well in the area of caring, in the area of advocating, and in the area of supporting the aged and the retirees in our society. And they found her he had a very high score mark in these three areas.
The synergy is expected to give the aged and retirees in Nigeria more sense of belonging. Now, a non-governmental organization known as Ubuntu Global Peace and Reconciliation Foundation has identified peace as a panacea for building a better society where citizens have equal opportunities to thrive. The group says it's played a leading role in building peace amongst communities in Benue and Cross River State who were in crisis over boundary issues in 1994 and has continued to champion peace advocacy in warring communities across Nigeria and the Sahel region.
We are saying that there is need for each and every one of us to be peace activists in our families, in our communities, in our local government, in our states, in our nations, so that all the things that are causing rifts, where people are being killed here and there, will come to an end. And I want to assure you, we have the solutions that will stop all these mirrors of conflict not only in Nigeria and in the whole, but in the whole world.
If we develop our hearts of love, we can pursue peace effectively. Without love, you cannot be able to make peace. And when you have peace, you can have happiness.
The group also says it is harmonizing reports of the on-the-spot assessments carried out on communities with boundary challenges for onward action by relevant authorities. Efforts by partners including the Nigerian Television Authority in building societal peace were also recognized. Building a vibrant economy begins largely with the quality of the human capital development. This is why the Federal University and the Nigerian Television Authority in Kebbi State have agreed to work together to improve the quality of lives in the state and Nigeria as a whole. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu has details.
Government at all levels and at different administrations have no doubt invested so much in the development of the people of the state. But this does not seem to reflect so much in the lives of the people of Kebbi State. It is this in mind that the Federal University and the NTA in Birnin Kebbi agreed to run programs that will have direct impact on human development while the NTA collaborates by sensitization.
Take advantage of our expertise. Take advantage of our reach. Take advantage of our patriotism to propagate whatever you feel the public should know about the Federal University, Birnin Kebbi.
NTA generally has been a station to beat, especially in terms of its coverage of news, in terms of its readiness, to project the good image of the country within and without the country. And I've seen you doing this over several decades. Most of us who grew up had no idea about any other station in this country besides the Nigerian Television Authority. So
the meeting of both federal government bodies also brought to forth the need to be gender sensitive without bias to any cultural or religious affiliations. Abdullah Umar Ilalu, NTA News.
Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, is optimistic that those equipped with modern-day ICT skills will rule the world in the nearest future. The Army Chief made this assertion as the graduation ceremony of the second batch of beneficiaries of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association sponsored cybersecurity training in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa was there.
It's no longer training in tailoring and catering, but also in cybersecurity and general ICT, thanks to the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association initiative, with the wife of the Army Chief spearheading the 6-week productive initiative for 231 beneficiaries.
Already it is helping the wider community because by engaging them, you are keeping them off crime, you are keeping them off being idle, you are engaging the youth, and once they are engaged, what you have is a crime-free barrack.
The husband of the initiator, the Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, is proud of his wife, so he personally graces the passing out ceremony.
Skill and competences are here in this youth, and when they are harnessed and developed, they will improve in our development. So training and development of the youth is key for our development of our barracks community, and Naua is central to that.
I learned how to disassemble and assemble system. I learned how to troubleshoot. I learned how to detect faults in the various systems.
The Python course I studied, it helps me build apps from scratch, like the online shopping app.
The garrison headquarters also donated items.
The project are some of the chapter's contribution to its members and the development of our immediate community. The projects are in line with the Naua National President developmental goals and visions of sustaining legacies and upholding tenet of unity and service.
They are now proud experts in 5 new skills thanks to a perfect husband-wife partnership.
We apologize for the mix-up. That report was packaged by Naja'atu Tijani and not Ismail Musa. Time now for sports update.
Nigeria Super Eagles dropped 3 places in the end-of-the-year FIFA ranking released by the world governing body from 33rd to 35th position after failing to win their 2 friendlies against Portugal and Algeria, and also moved 1 step down from 4th to 5th position in Africa. Morocco is the highest-ranked country in Africa, following its impressive run to the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup. Senegal dropped to 2nd, with Tunisia remaining in the 3rd position, and Cameroon moved to 4th position. Meanwhile, Brazil remained the number 1 ranked team in the world despite exiting the World Cup at the quarter-final stage, and newly crowned world champions Argentina are ranked 2nd, while France, Belgium and England make up the top 5 teams in the world.
The Super Eagles of today do not have the Daniel Amokachi spirit of playing better for the Super Eagles than any football club. Let's focus on how to mold that Super Eagles of old that we all love.
And we just hope that in the coming days we'll make the most of our next fixture, so that not just for the ranking but of course for our own prestige.
In another development, Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana has retired from international football on Friday after being suspended by the team management at the World Cup. The 26-year-old, capped 34 times for the Indomitable Lions, was sent home from the tournament following a fallout with the national team coach Rigobert Song over criticism of his goalkeeping style and disciplinary breach by the Inter Milan shortstopper. Elsewhere, 3-time Olympic weightlifting champion and 5-time world champion Xiaojun Liu has been handed a provisional suspension after testing positive for a banned substance. The 38-year-old won gold medal in the men's minus 81 kg competition at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, having also won the minus 77 kg title at the London 2012 and the Rio 2016 Games, as a report from the International Testing Agency revealed that the Chinese athlete returned a positive out-of-competition test for erythropoietin in October. With sports update, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
And that does it on the news. As we go into the weekend, Nationwide wishes you a Merry Christmas.
Hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
It's all in the air and it's all in my heart. The feeling of anticipation. Let the songs and cheering out everywhere in celebration.
Some go they fry chin, some go they fry meat, some go they cook jollof. Me, I go shop potato with decorations everywhere, making it very glad.
And a reason, turn your frown upside down. It's the season, and a reason to spread love and joy all around.
Get a happy new year. Get a happy new year. Get a happy new year. Get a happy new Thank you.